Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to have on an incredible singer, songwriter, guitarist, Alannah McCready. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You know, I feel like I know you already because since we've been in touch on social media,
Yeah.
and I've been listening to your previous songs, you know, before this new album that came out this last year, Back to Me. And, and I was
so much
telling
music.
I was telling you before we came in studio, it's like, I really feel like I can relate to a lot of the songs on this album.
That's the best compliment as a songwriter you can ever get. I mean, that's why we do it. We write songs, I write songs because of things I've been through or things my friends have been through, family.
Yeah.
And if we've been through it, we're definitely not the only ones.
Right.
So if I can write songs to heal myself from those things,
Yeah.
hopefully it's healing someone else to listen to it because they've been through something similar.
You know, and we were talking too with the songs on this EP, Can I Call? Probably one of my favorites. Like, and who's doing the duet with you on that?
That's Will Gittins. So we co-wrote it along with his brother Sterling, who produced Can I Call and the whole project. So I wrote the whole project with them, and the three of us did the entirety of Back to Me during quarantine.
Wow.
Yeah, in their studio in their house. And when everything shut down and we couldn't tour anymore and stuff like that, I hadn't even realized that I hadn't released original music in over 3 years.
Right.
And so kind of having to stop and slow down, I was like, I need to refocus.
Kind of like your song.
Take it slow. You need like the drums. Yeah, and it just gave me an opportunity to do new music, and I asked them if they wanted to do the project with me, and they said yeah, and they're two of my closest friends, and so the three of us just did it all together, and it was nice. Can I Call was the last one we did for the project, so it was nice that the three of us co-wrote that one, and it was kind of like a nice little bow on it, and then it's insane the response it's been getting.
Well, you know, and like I told you, it's like so many of the songs on there I can relate to, and I know other people can. But what I like about this new album with Back to Me compared to your past ones is it seems like it does a better job of showcasing your voice also.
Oh, thank you.
You know, with the mix and with the instrumentation, you know, you've kind of got like a rock and country song in there, and then you got your ballad stuff. You're kind of covering everything within one EP.
Yeah, I feel like, since it was a smaller project, it was an EP, not a full LP, so I wanted to make sure that we got every part of me as an artist on the project. So me as an artist, I love a big, girl power, anthemic type vibe. So we had to have one of those. Feel good, mid-tempo, take it slow. And then, on my own is, if you don't want to cry, don't listen to it maybe.
Yeah, but great. I mean, but it's so honest. I think all of the songs on this EP, it just seems like you're being so honest and just kind of putting your heart and emotions out there for others. And don't you think that's where the best music comes from?
Yeah, no, that's such an amazing compliment. Yeah, I say all the time, I feel like this project is probably the most transparent I've been in my songwriting in my career. And I think a lot of it is a lot of the women in country now, like, I really look up to like Carly and Marin and all of them, and how they approach songwriting and being so vulnerable, and it's very hard to do because we write songs and they're like our little babies that like help us with stuff. But to be able to be transparent, that's what I look for when I'm a fan of an artist.
Certainly.
And so I want to be able to be that for people who are fans of my music, because that's the best feeling I get, to be able to relate to someone.
Well, and some of our viewers may not realize that, you are originally from Minnesota.
You betcha.
As we were talking about earlier, even though now, Nashville based, but, it's so interesting to me, looking at your history. And, I always call it the creation story, to where, starting out young, you were very involved with sports because of your father.
Yeah.
Very involved with music because of your mother.
Yeah.
And you were doing both of them.
I had to.
Yeah, but during middle school and high school, not so easy as a kid.
I know, it's crazy, from the state of hockey. So when you learn to walk, you also get skates.
Yeah.
It's like a
it
package
comes
deal.
with the cheese curds and with the,
the
all
fish
the
things.
and everything.
And it's like a package deal. So yeah, music and hockey are my two loves, and I was like, I don't understand why I have to pick one, at least at that moment.
Yeah.
And so I tried to do them both for as long as I possibly could, and that was all the way up until college. And even in high school, I would sing the national anthem in my equipment. like on the ice and then skate over and play the game.
Right.
And it was just, the other team would just be like, why does the goalie have a
Why
microphone?
is the goalie singing the national
what is
anthem?
going on?
Yeah.
Everyone's fans are so confused. And then, I got to college and it was very serious. D1's very serious, and
Right.
we take it very
Well,
seriously.
and you were, and obviously everybody in Minnesota takes hockey seriously,
Yeah.
but you were actually on a hockey scholarship.
Yep, I know. Minnesota probably got so mad at me because I went to Wisconsin for college to play hockey.
But Madison is a great place.
I loved it. It was, some of the best years of my life, and I'm so lucky that I was able to take that part of my life as far as I can,
Right.
and play at the highest level for being a woman in hockey. And now I transitioned and am doing music, and I'm trying to get to the highest level, in that. And people ask me all the time, like, how does that work? Like, how do you go from one to the other? And it's like, my life is my journey, your life is your journey, and it doesn't have to be one path. My path just happened to have two paths.
Well, yeah, and you were doing both simultaneously anyway.
Yeah.
And I found it interesting, too, that you ended up, and certainly helping you in music now, but when you got out of college, you go to New York and you're managing PR for athletes.
Yeah. I'm like, well, if I can't do music quite yet, let me stick, in what I know, sports world. And so I was living in New York. I was doing PR for a sports management company, basically running the lives of a bunch of NFL players every day. And, but I think now as an independent artist, that experience really helped me because
Definitely.
I was able to learn how to promote myself and
Right.
how to, do interviews and, conduct myself in that way. So I think that's definitely helping me now. So everything,
And it's time.
Everything helps.
So who was the catalyst while you were in New York that said, Alannah, you need to go ahead and chase this music full?
I always knew that was going to be my career, and I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
And it was just kind of like waiting for the timing to be right. And I got an opportunity. My uncle's also a recording artist, and so I got an opportunity. He introduced me to a producer down here, and I came down here, recorded for the first time ever in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah, you're an instant success.
Yeah.
10-year town, just like we were talking.
Yeah, so fast. And I recorded, and I talked to him after, and he's not biased. He didn't think I was good. He just would have, he doesn't gain anything. And so I was like, I think I should be doing this as a career. What do you think?
Right.
He said, if you want to put in the work, want to do it, I think you could do it. And I think that was like, I was new. I think that was kind of like the little nudge. And then to have just my support system, my family and friends just being so amazing, and knowing that I feel like this is right. And I started doing music full time. I quit my job, moved, and then I've been ever since.
And it's kind of ironic that you end up back in a hockey town.
I know. I
It's
love
like
that.
the full circle.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now I get to go. I mean, I'm a Wild fan. So I need Minnesota not to be too mad at me,
Especially when you go back home to see the family.
I know, especially when I go back home, because not only did I go to Wisconsin, I'm a Packer fan, and but I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, and we're doing so well this year. But when I'm not cheering for the Wild, I can cheer for the Preds and get to go to the games, which is so fun.
Well, and once again, talking about your new EP, Back to Me, obviously, you're ready to get back out on the road. You're going to have some big things coming. Also, I understand, I've heard rumors, maybe some new music this year.
Oh, yes. There's going to be new music this year. I'm so excited. We're recording them now, getting them all ready to go, and they'll be out later this year. So make sure we're paying attention on my social media and all that kind of stuff for all the announcements that there will be new music this year and lots of other exciting things that I can't wait to share. But you'll have to stay tuned for that.
and also, if you could somehow, once again, merge hockey with your music, to where, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just throwing that out there.
I know. I've kind of been trying to get back into doing it by just maybe doing the anthem for stuff. So the Preds, maybe. I'm available.
Yeah.
But I would love that. And, I still play in rec leagues and stuff.
Well, and think how much easier it would be to where you don't have to actually sing the national anthem in a full hockey outfit with the goalie outfit.
I feel like it's going to be easier. I I have an
You just got to be
inkling that it's
careful
going
with
to be easier.
the high heels on the ice.
Yeah,
you know?
just a little bit. You know, maybe they'll give me a carpet. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I did just go back to Wisconsin though I did the national anthem for the men's basketball game.
Right.
So I kind of joked around when I was doing that. I'm like, this is the first time I've been in the Kohl Center singing the national anthem not on ice. So
There you go.
So I'm like, this is different.
Wow. Well, I want to make sure for our viewers also, Alannah, to where they know like your website, your social media, which you do a great job with,
Oh,
new
thanks.
music,
I have great PR.
big things coming out this summer that we can't even mention because they're double secret. But if they follow you on your website and social media, they'll find out.
Yes.
So,
Sooner
so
or
where
later.
do viewers need to go?
All of my social media is just Alannah McCready music across the board. Shout out to my PR team for making that simple because it was not. Didn't.
I remember when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh,
So
there she is.
I
That's
know,
different.
It's like all these things, but it's just Alannah McCready music, and then my website is alannahmccready.com.
Great. And I'll tell you what, I want to make sure for Back to Me with the EP, add it to your playlist. Obviously, it's on Spotify, everywhere you get music. There's going to be more videos, more music coming out this year, other big stuff that we can't talk about. And maybe you'll see her even at a sporting event.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, besides catching you on tour and in concert.
Yeah.
But
all of the things.
I love the new album. I mean, the
Thank
EP,
you so
it's
much.
like, it's just so many great songs. There's not a bad song on it.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, although, can I call
It's your fave.
my fave?
Yeah. It's a lot of people's faves.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but I mean, I think you're going to love all of it, and especially with the team that you worked with, did such a great job on these songs. Can't wait to hear what you're going to come out with next.
I'm excited. They're good.
Yeah,
I think they're good.
and the big double secret news too.
I know. Well, you know, I guess I can say part of it is I get to work with a lot of really exciting like charities and stuff like that.
Right.
So this summer, I'll be doing a show for the NICU
In July.
hospitals in July. Yeah, in Minnesota, and Michael Ray is actually headlining it. So I get to open for him. So I guess I do get to tell you.
Yeah, well, that's
Get
great.
to
Well,
tell you
and
good
also I
news.
know that charity has been near and dear to your heart also
Yeah.
because of your family.
Yeah, my nephew, he was in the NICU for a couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like 1.5 now, and he's my best friend.
Well, I'll tell you what, go see her live, but obviously you've got to check out this music, add it to your playlist. Back to Me, Alannah McCready. Thanks for coming on the show. It's so much fun to have you on, and I can't wait to hear the new music.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of a Bobby Bones Show.